Radhe Radhe. This is Radharasa Sudhanidhi, verse 61, new verse. And the theme of this verse is the Manjaris Shringhar Seva of Radhika, which means, of course, dressing ornamentation. Everyone knows you go to the temple at 7:15. It's roughly the same everywhere. 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, then you have Shringhar Darshan. You see Krishna and Radharani in their nice new outfits, looking very beautiful. So to make those beautiful darshans that we all appreciate so much, and when the doors open in our favorite temple and our favorite Thakurji, the doors open up and we see our beloved, the beloved of our heart, our Radharamanji, or our Radha Damodarji, or Radha Shamsundarji, or Girirajiji, or Radha Gopinathji, or Radha Govindaji, etc. When we see them, the bhaktas, these soft-hearted, surrendered devotees, when the curtains open, the devotees, they usually say, "Ah, wow." They don't know, their hearts come out, their eyes carry this beautiful picture of Saundarya Darshan, Sudarshan, of their Thakurji and Thakurani, enter their hearts, and then their hearts start jumping with excitement, with attraction, with look at the colors and the colors and the design and the shapes and the forms and the whole ambience and the backdrop and the Lalita, Vishaka, all the gopis, and you're trying to take it all in with the eyes, with your heart-filled eyes and your open mind, and you just look and say, "Wow!" And then you turn to your friend and you want to share with somebody. What beautiful, unbelievable! Have you ever seen Radharsham look so beautiful? No, yes. Every day look more beautiful than the day before. So it's like this. This is a Navayovanam. This is the meaning of Anurag and Navayovanam. Anurag is a continually refreshing, newer and newer expressions of intense loving attachment between Krishna's devotees, especially Radharani and the gopis. So this is called Anurag. Krishna always looks new and always looks like a new person. Oh, have I met this Krishna before? Oh, have I met this Radharani before? Subal, this is Radhika? No, this is some other girl, even more, seems more beautiful and attractive than Radharani. I just saw Radharani a few hours ago. No, this is that Radharani. Now she's a new feature, you see. Wow. So now how do the Thakurji and Thakurani, how do Radha and Krishna become so transcendentally, divinely, sweetly, and supremely beautiful, and all attractive and compelling and enchanting and mind-stealing? It's because before you see them, there's a host of Sakhis and Manjaris. Vishaka is helping dress Radharani, and Lalita, and Chitra, and all of them are involved. So if you go, it's so funny when if you're in a temple, you see the curtains open and everything looks so beautiful, everything's perfectly in place, and all the flowers in the vase, flower vases and garlands and backdrops and pin-ups and everything. And you think, oh, it's so neat and orderly. But if you could go inside with a camera and see inside the altar during the morning before Shringar Artik and Shringar Darshan of your beloved Lord, then you would see so many pujaris running all around madly, doing this final seva and that final seva, and adjusting this and looking, oh no, that's not quite right. Then the head pujari is overseeing the whole thing. He says, hurry up, there's only 2 minutes left. No, I have to add this one more flower to Sham's turban. No, hurry up. 1 minute left. And the head pujari is looking at the clock and telling the pujaris that are dressing Gaurnitai or Krishna Bala, Radhasham, he's saying, hurry up, it's only 1 minute left. Oh, you know, and everyone's going this way, that way, putting everything away and cleaning everything, and then all of a sudden, shoom, and the doors open up. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So most 90% or 99% of devotees don't have any idea what type of helter-skelter, what kind of helter-skelter, what kind of pandemonium and insane, crazy running back and forth is going on in the altar when you open it up. It looks so, when you have darshan, Shringar darshan, it looks so peaceful and looks so inviting and enchanting and sweet and satisfying and beautiful. But inside it's like not peaceful at all. 5 minutes before that, like, out of my way, you're on my way, oh, you're on my way. And the two pujaris are fighting over each other. One's dressed in Krishna, the other's running, get out, I'm trying to pin this up. No, I have to pin this. So I, having been a pujari for 4 years and dressing Radha and Krishna and bathing them, I have some idea of the thrilling, exciting moments and the hour and a half between Mangalartik and Shringar Darshan. So you don't have much time. Doors close at 5. You have about 2 hours because there's that bhog offering also. You have roughly around 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes to do the magic. Do the magic touch and your Shringar Seva. So this verse is about the Shringar Seva. So that magic touch that makes Radharani look so beautiful and Krishna look so beautiful are all the Sevas and loving hands and hearts of their maidservants and Krishna's case and Nandagram, all the Sakhas. So in this verse, which is titled the Manjaris Sringhar Seva for Radhika, there are 4 points we see here, we'll hear in this verse. One is heart-to-heart connection. Heart-to-heart connection between the maidservants and their Swamini Radha. And second point we'll hear is 7 different sevas performed by the Manjaris. Third point we will discuss Krishna's worship of and submission to Radharani. Radharani Sharanagati. And the fourth point in this verse is Radha Gun, the qualities of Radha. So, these are a lot of points. Let's hear the verse. This is 61. Parasparsha rasotsavam pranatibhir govindam indivara shamam prarthayatum sumanjularaha kunjamscha samarjitum mala chandana gandhapura rasavat tambula satpanakan yadattam charasaikadayani tava preshya kadashamaham yadattam charasaikadayani tava preshya kadasyamaham. Very beautiful verse. Oh, only bestower of ras. This is the Manjari, Shripad, and Manjari Srupavesh, absorption of the mood and form of a Manjari, praying on his behalf, or actually our behalf, on our behalf. Oh, there's so many types of prarthana, or prayers. What type of prayer should I recite? So then, this prayer is there. Either. Verse 61, Radharasa Sudhanidhi, and the subject here, there's 4 different points of the verse, which you've already spoken in outlined form, and the actual theme of the verse is the Manjaris Shrinkar Seva to Srimati Radharani. We read the verse, now read the translation. Shripad and Manjari Srupavesh, in the mood of a Manjari offering prarthana. This is prarthana. There's prarthana. Everyone knows prarthana, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songbook, and Vaishnava songs, and Giti Gan, and so many songs, songbooks are there, and there's all different levels of prayers. But the most important prayer from the beginning of Bhakti Sadhana, in the very initial days of Bhakti Sadhana, to the highest realm of prem, or above perfection in sadhana, which will be when you're approaching and actually experiencing the threshold of the sadhya, and bhava and prema, there's a category of prayers called siddhi lalasa, hankering for perfection. So the first siddhi lalasa is given by Prabhupada. Lalasa means hankering, desiring, deeply wanting. Siddhi means perfection. So the first siddhi lalasa, or prayer of perfection, prarthana, siddhi lalasa prarthana, was given by Srila Prabhupada for those people in the ISKCON society, because Prabhupada said, now I'm giving you a mantra, this Mahamantra, but what is the prarthana? What is the prarthana? What is the prayer behind it? What mood should you cultivate? What mentality and what feeling and mood should you cultivate in your heart while chanting this most sacred, greatest of all mantras, the Mahamantra? Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. So Prabhupada said we should pray for Seva. We should pray to Parama Radhya Devi, Seva Thakurani, Srimati Radharani. She is the greatest Sevite of Krishna, by far, without any exception. And all departments, and all different ratis, and all different moods, everything is amalgamated and compressed and concentrated and fully expressed in the form and bhav and actions of Srimati Radhika and her seva to Shyam or Krishna. So we say, oh Radha, oh Ladani Shakti, bliss, loving bliss potency of the Lord, please engage me in loving service of your beloved Shyam Sundar. Like this. So now we're praying for Seva. I just started my sadhana bhakti. Now I'm at the level of Rag Marg. I'm in Raganuga Bhakti. And I have some specified attraction and particular inclination of my mind and heart towards serving Krishna in a fixed mood of love, a permanent, unchanging ocean, fathomless ocean of intense attachment and love for Krishna, which is known as Sthayi Rati, Madhura Rati, Vatsalya Rati, Sakya Rati. So then the direction and the content and shape of our prarthana will be, yes, towards Radha and Krishna. From the very beginning we pray to Radha and Krishna for Seva. And then we come, that's in Vaidhi Marg, and then we come to Raganuga Marg. And we also pray to Radha and Krishna for Seva. And we pray to their associates for Seva. So the same category and idea of praying, Siddhi Lalasa, because what's the perfection? The perfection is Seva. When you're a Nitya Bhara conditioned soul and you approach Guru and you receive Harinam, generally, and all Gaudiya lines, they have either a two-stage initiate, not just necessarily called initiation, but Diksha is one general clear definition, but mostly one is given the Mahamantra also from his Gurudev on all lineages. And they say, here's the Mahamantra, you listen, you'll hear that from Guru. So at all stages, one is praying for perfection, because as a conditioned soul, what is our perfection? Our perfection is to give up our independence. Our perfection is to give up our enjoying spirit. Our perfection is to give up our controlling mood and become a servant. Jivara Surupaya Krishna Nityadas Aham Brahmasmi. I am a spiritual personality, an eternal particle of Chit, consciousness. And my Swarupagata, my basic nature is to serve. This is the very primordial, intrinsic definition of every Atma. The Swarup. Swarup means Swarup, the nature. The Swarup Lakshana, primary characteristic. It doesn't mean anything to do with Siddhadeha. So this is definition of the Shakti. The next line says Chit Shakti Tatasta Shakti. Krishna is telling in this second part of the verse that this servant, this Nitya Sevak of the Lord, he's Chit Shakti and he's Tatasta, and that's his nature, his eternal quality. So that's our Siddhi Lalasa, our perfection, our hankering for perfection is, oh, holy name, my perfection will be to engage fully in the service of Sri Guru, Hari Guru and Vaishnavas, free from ego, free from controlling mood, free from the enjoying mood. So that's also, you can say, let's say, a beginning level of Siddhi Lalasa. So it progresses, and these are its whole categories of, in Gita Mala by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in Prarthana, everywhere you have prayers called, a category called Siddhi Lalasa, hankering for perfection. So here, this prayer is also there. He's saying that, and we'll get to that point also, but he's saying, Adatum cha rasaika dhayani tava prishya kada syamaham. This is a translation of verse 61, which is pending. O only bestower of ras, Shri Radhika, rasaika dhayani tava. When will you engage me? By praying to the blue lotus flower Govinda, who experiences a festival of ras by bowing down to your feet and touching them. When can I sweep, Jaru Seva, when can I sweep your very lovely solitary kunja and bring garlands, sandalwood paste, perfumes, tasty betel leaves, and drinks to you? This is the translation. And second translation we also have here, just for comparison. It starts from all these phrases that we read. Of course, that's why I mentioned there's 4 different points of this verse, which are in the Charapada of this shloka. In the 4 lines, we have 4 different points, all related, of course, to Radha and Krishna and their Nitya Lila and Nitya Seva, and the role and position that the Manjari maidservants, Kinkaris, Dasis play in this Madhurya Lila of Lila Purushottam, Shamsundar, and Mahabhavati Radha. So here, this translation is this, 61. Bowing and touching your feet, a festival of ras for Govinda. Deep-hued, like the blue lotus flower, to go and submit your messages to Sham, to go and clean up your most pleasant solitary bower houses, to bring and offer flower garlands, sandalwood paste, perfumes, luscious betel, and divine drinks. O Radha, sole only deliverer of ras, Rasaikadhyani, when will I ever become your maidservant, fit for running so many errands for you? So this is the prayer for Seva. Many Sevas. There's 7 different Sevas mentioned in this shloka. One shloka, it's a wide, unlimited paradise of Seva, a Seva paradise. Or someone who wants to serve God, then this is the place for you. Vrindavan. There's unlimited Sevas, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every 24 minutes, every danda. There's 60 dandas in one day, 60 24-minute periods. And every 24 minutes is chock full of sevas and leelas of Radha and Krishna. And even that type of seva is called Dandatmika Seva. Dandatmika Seva. It's described by some of our contemporary acharyas of Gaudiya Siddhanta over the last 500 or so years, this idea. So let's start with the first point, which is the heart-to-heart connection of the Manjaris. Actually, it starts with the Leela. I mentioned that. It starts with Leela here. I said that. Oh, I don't think I mentioned that. I said the fourth thing we'll describe is the quality of Radha. What is that quality of Radha? From her beautiful head to her lotus petal toes, Radha's entire divine form is a festival of divine rapture, ras, loving bliss, rasotsava, for Krishna. Of course, that word is there. Padasparsha rasotsavam. Padasparsha rasotsavam. So in the Tika here, there describes a Leela. This is a very beautiful description, incorporating these points that I mentioned. One day, after Radha and Krishna enjoyed Jal Keli, sporting in the water, splashing, swimming, diving, all different water sports, in the Yamuna, the playful pair, Radha Madhav, they entered a very lovely and charming solitary grove. Raha Kunjams, or Samanjula. It says Radha Kunjams. That's in the verse, along with some of their confidential Sakhis and Manjaris. It says Sumanjula Raha, because Manjula Raha Kunjams Samarjitum. That means sweeping. So this is the first point, that some Manjula Raha Kunjams. This is the second part of the verse. Manju means very charming. So it's very charming and very beautiful. Solitary, Raha, secret kunj. Along with some of their confidential Sakhis and maidservants. Swamini Radha orders Shripad, or this Manjari, Prabodhananda Saraswati, to sweep the kunja. They went into a kunja and saw, it hasn't been swept. Quickly sweep the kunja. So then that's samarjitam. We say mandir, marjan means to clean. Cheto, darpanam, marjanam. So we have to clean the temple of our mind also. Every day, every moment, every hour, for our entire existence until we attain prema, we have to clean the temple of our heart and mind by Nam Sankirtan and Nam Smaran, Nam Japa, Cheto Darpanam, Marjanam. So it's interesting, we have, even as a very new devotee, we have Chit Darpanam, Chit Darpan Marjan. We have to clean the mirror of our heart. And then we finally enter the Nitya Leela of Radha and Krishna in our Siddha Sarup, or Siddha Sarup, and we're still doing cleaning. And that because once our mind and heart is clean, when our mind and heart is totally soft and clean, then we can enter the pure abode of the Lord, that Sat Dham, that Nitya Dham, Braja Dham, and there we can, when we have a clean heart and mind, then we're qualified, we have the adhikar to sweep the kunjas of Braj. I often cite this one prayer, it's very beautiful, inconceivably extraordinary conception. But there was one great devotee of Radharani that lived in Varsana, and he was a great devotee. He was doing bhajan, always worshipping Radharani, and staying up all through the night, chanting Radharani's name, Radhe, 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 and the sound of his calling and crying out in lamentation and separation from Radharani was echoing throughout all the valleys of Gavarvan, Varsana, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. And he was thinking, oh Radharani, someday in the future I will give up this body, and I hope that I will be so qualified by your mercy that I'll get my Sakhi Sarup, my Manjari Sarup. And then when I'm in that spiritual form as your loving maidservant, your handmaiden, I will come here to these beautiful footpaths, these sacred and beautiful footpaths of Gavarvana Barsana. I will come here, and now in my sadhaka roop, as a Baba, I'm just living here, and I'm taking this jaru, and every day I'm taking this broom, and I'm sweeping these sidewalks and these pathways that we find today in contemporary Barsana in our visual eyes. I'm sweeping them, thinking that Radharani will walk here from Barsana. She'll walk from Barsana Hill, her palace. She will walk to Vilasgar and meet Krishna, and sometimes Mangar, or like this. So I must sweep these as my sadhana, as part of my padasevanam and my raganuga sadhana bhakti. But when I enter the lila of yours, prakat lila, and my siddha sarup, then I also want to appear here. I also want to sweep these footpaths, but not with a jaru. I want to sweep these footpaths with my eyelashes. I want to sweep these footpaths with my eyelashes. And you might say, why? Oh, Sakhi, that seems rather strange. Why is that? Because I would do it now as a sadhaka, but my eyelashes are too short. and there's limitations in this material body, in this material world. But in your world, there's no limitations. So any way or any form that devotees want to serve you, then Yogamaya will arrange for that to manifest. So why do I want to sweep these wonderful footpaths which your delicate feet wander here and there in search of your sham and following your leelas? I want to sweep with my eyelashes, because then I can see very clearly where some kumkum has dropped from your body, or some alta has dropped from your feet. And when I see those very small particles of alta from your feet, that red dye, then I'll pick it up and I'll put it on my forehead and worship it as the greatest object of worship. So this is the inconceivable heart of a devotee, his humility, his attachment to Seva. So this word is there in the verse. It says, Padasparsha rasotsavam prananatibir govindamindivara shamam partayutum sumanjula raha kunjams to marjitam. I will very expert and completely marjitam, sweep your kunjas. So this is what we're hearing in this Leela. That Radha and Krishna enter the kunja, and Radharani is asked the Manjari, please you sweep the kunja. So when we hear some description like this, and as a sadhaka, and of course we're always remembering our Guru throughout our day and throughout our sadhana meditation, especially in our sevas, we're always crying out to Guru for his blessings and guidance and protection and strength as sadhakas. And then when one is practicing Raganuga Marg and performing meditation on the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and thinking of his Siddha Sarup, desired spiritual form, he'll also be thinking of his Guru and remembering his Guru and praying to him for inspiration and guidance, and of course working, or rather serving alongside and in cooperation with and under the instruction and guidance of Guru on that internal level of Manasi Seva as a sadhaka. But one reads this about Samarjitam, he may remember the Guru Vastakam, which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, this particular prarthana, Guru Vastakam, we should recite, the sadhakas should recite and deeply meditate upon this prayer every morning of every day, and early in the morning, or at least as soon as you get up and become clean. Some people get up later, but in his Shruti fal he says, what does he say? Shri Guru Vastakam Taruche, Brahma Muhurti Padati Prayatnat, Yastena Vrindavan Anatha Sakshat, Sevavya Labhya Janasanta Eva. He says there in the Shruti file, or file Shruti, a verse of benediction for anyone who does say this great Siddha saint of Vrindavan, this great Gaudiya Siddha Purush, Mahapurush, Vishnu Chakravarti said, anyone who recites this prayer, Brahma Muhurte. Brahma Muhurte means 1.5 hours before sunrise. Sunrise now, today time is 5:30 in the morning, a.m. And roughly 4 o'clock every day, 4:30 a.m. every day. And of course, if one is sleeping at that time, which many do for various reasons, so then later when you get up and take a bath and become clean, immediately you should sing this prayer or recite it and meditate on the meaning. So therein one will see it's a glorification of Guru in his sadhaka roop and his siddha roop. As a sadhaka, we know our Guru is a sadhaka, or appearing like a sadhaka, like us. He's practicing all the limbs of devotion, Shravana Kirtana Vishnu Smaranam, and all the things we're doing, he's doing. But then our Guru also has a siddha sarup, a spiritual form. So this prayer is glorifying Sri Guru in his spiritual form and his his siddha sarup and also his sadhaka roop, his external form that we see before our eyes. Of course, he's siddha, he's Guru, he's perfect on either platform, either plane. But there we sing, with the prayer, of course, you must be knowing is Samsara Davan Alalila Loka Chanaya Karanya Gunaganatvam. That's called the Guru Vashtakam. And the third shloka says, Sri Vigrahara Dhananitananda Shringaratan Man Dira Marjanando. So Marjan, this is Manjula Raha Kunjams Samarjitum. Marjan. Marjitum, or Marjan, means to clean. So it says there that the Guru, the Guru is engaged in Sri Vigraha Dana Nityananda, Shringara Dana Nityananda. He's absorbed in rendering various kinds of seva to the Sri Vigraha, the Murti, the temple deity. Either that can mean on Vaidhi sadhana, that means the external Murti, the Dhatu Murti of marble, or the Daru Murti of wood, or the Ratna Murti of jewels, or the Chitra Murti of a painting. And the Rag Marg, it means the Manasik Murti, the deity in the mind. As you see in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the South Indian Brahmin, he was worshipping in his mind his Lord and offering kheer. He was very poor, so he was offering kheer in his mind. And he cooked it and offered it. And then he was thinking, now it's time to offer this, what we call sweet rice or kheer, to Gopal. But I'm fearing it might be too hot. So with the very tip of his finger, not touching his fingernail, because if the fingernail touches any liquid or for the Lord, any offering to the Lord like bhog, then it will be contaminated. So just at the very tip of his finger, he touched it, and then it was very hot, too hot to offer, it was burning hot. And then he said, it's too hot. And he was deeply meditating at that time in Manasa Seva. In his mind he was thinking. Externally, he offered his Gopal some mystery. He was a very poor Brahmin, and he had to offer some sweet every day. So mystery means rock candy, a very basic form of candy. It's just solidified sugar water. Rock candy. It's sugar water, basically. So he was offering that, and then, but in his mind he wanted to do. So he fixed Gopal in his mind. He saw Gopal in Manasa Murti, and he offered that sweet rice, but then he burned. And he was so absorbed that he woke up and he looked at his finger and it was burned. This is in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami Pad. And this book is called Nectar of Devotion. Nectar of Devotion. That story is there. And so he thought, this is amazing. I was meditating on my Manasik Murti of Gopal, and I was meditating and offering sweet rice, and I burned my physical finger, became burned. Because we often see that we're absorbed in the subtle plane. We're absorbed in the subtle plane of dreaming. It's a very common phenomenon for everyone. We sleep and we dream, remembering or not. And in our dreams, we have so many subtle experiences that are intangible, invisible to our external eyes and external senses. We're running in a dream, we're crying in a dream, we're laughing in a dream. Well, we wake up, our shirt is not wet with tears, and most of the time. But sometimes we wake up, if we're running in a dream and we're very scared or having fights, we may wake up and we're sweating. So sometimes the subtle plane, even for regular people dreaming, it influences the physical plane. Of course, the classical example, without much explanation, is a man has a dream. Sometimes he may dream of a lady and then has some physical response to that dream. So this person, he burned his finger, but he was absorbed in the manasik murti. So Guru is glorified there. Sri Vigrahara Dana, he's engaged in Shrinkar, and he's engaged in Mandir Sri Vigrahara Dharanita Nanda Shringaratan Mandira Marjanando. Mandir Marjan, he's cleaning the temple room. He's washing the temple room, and he's cleaning the deity room. So now, that's the temple of the senses, of the external mind and senses, and the sadhaka roop. But there's also the manasik mandir. Manasa, there's that song, Krishna Murari, how's it start? Mano mano mandire raha nishidine. Mano mano mandire raha nishidine. Nishadine. And that very, this one bhajan says, Krishna Murari, see Krishna Murari, Mano Mano. So he's saying, my Mano Mandir, the mandir in my heart, the mandir in my mind, in the day and in the night, in that very Raha Mandir, that very secret, private, secluded mandir, which no one can see and no one can enter into except me, and whoever I allow into it. It's my mandir, it's a controlled access. It's not public mandir, it's a private mandir. Whoever I want to put in my mandir is there, because it's my manasik mandir. So that bhajan is also there, very popular bhajan in Gaudiya Sampradaya, Mano Mano Mandire. So Gurudev is serving externally to show the example of cleaning the mandir, or any devotees for that matter, but then internally. So here, Shripad and his Siddhasrupa Vesh, he's meditating in the form of Manjari, and he's thinking of the temple in my mind. Sri Vigrahara Dhananitanana. So here the Sri Vigraha is Radha and Krishna Yugal, Militam. And the temple is not made of marble and steel and all these things. It's a kunja. It's a kunjavan. It's a Kili Mandir in the middle of the kunjavans. It's a bower mandir, a flower cottage. And it also has a floor. Well, it doesn't have a marble floor, or granite floor, or tile floor like some temples, but it has a Brajabhumi, a Brajaraj floor, Brajabhumi. So, as you know, it says in Puran and the Smritis that earth becomes purified by sweeping. So when you sweep the earth, it becomes purified. And there's different articles and become purified by different measures. Cloth becomes purified by water. It's purified. It may be soiled or have some oil stain or whatever, but we wash, even we don't have soap, like poor people or sadhus, whatever. They simply wash their cloth in the Ganga or Jamuna or some water, whatever, with just water, no soap, no phosphates, no pollution to the Yamuna. And then they wring it out and hang it in the sun. Now it's purified. It's pure. You can wear that cloth and do puja while you're at one time and then wash again. But you may see it, oh, there's some oil stain there. There's some spot there. There's that, some black spot from the rickshaw, mud came up and... No, okay, it's not spotless, some kind of shiny, go to the office cloth, but it's clean by contact of water. That's basic. So here, cleaning the mandir, so we can... everything in this verse is so wonderful. So the Gurudev, there is an outer and inner meaning to this prayer. The sadhaka roop and then the seva siddhika rupena. That verse is there, nectar of, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. where it's talking about Raganuga Bhakti. He says, Seva sadhaka rupena siddharupena chatrahi. That one should serve in his external form as a practitioner devotee, practicing, and his internal form. He does seva internally. So externally we're sweeping the mandir practically with a broom. And internally we're meditating on sweeping the kunjas in our siddha sarup. So we can think my guru is dressing the deity with the varieties of beautiful cloth and ornaments, and he's also cleaning Thakurji's temple and engaging his disciples in Thakurji's mandir sevas. So that's what Radharani. Radharani walks into the kunja with Krishna and some Sakhis and confidential Manjaris, and she turns to one Manjari and says, hey Shripad, sweep the mandir. So sometimes Guru comes to us, oh, what are you doing? I'm not doing it. Oh, go sweep the temple, sweep the mandir. Or go to Seva Kunj and sweep the sidewalks and gullies and pathways of Seva Kunj, Jaro Seva. As you know, Shamananda, the great devotee Shamananda, was formerly Duki Krishnadas. He was given that seva by Jiva Goswami. He said, Jiva Goswami, what seva can I do? He said, you can go. This is all Seva Kunj area here. We're living in the middle of Seva Kunj here at Radha Damodar. That place is all Seva Kunj. Now there's some small circumscribed area with a wall called Seva Kunj. But in Krishna's Leela and Krishna's time, that whole area from the bank of the Yamuna all the way, that whole large area is and was Seva Kunj. He said, you can sweep the footpaths of Seva Kunj with his jaro. So he took a jaro he was sweeping and glorifying Radharani. And everyone knows the story that Duki Krishnadas, he found an ankle bell of Radharani on that footpath. This is 500 years ago, remember. And it's not 5,000 years ago, and it's conceivable and logical and reasonable that Radharani might drop an ankle bell from a Nupura when running down the footpaths to meet Krishna and Abhisar in the banks of the Yamuna, or dancing in Ras or whatever. But this is 500 years ago. So therefore this seva of Jaro, Marjanandan, is very powerful, because every particle of dust in Vrindavan is wish-fulfilling. Every particle of dust is wish-fulfilling, and every tree is wish-fulfilling, and every Thakurji is wish-fulfilling. Kalpa Vriksha, Kalpa Thakur, Kalpa Kana. Kalpa means wish-fulfilling, imagination, wish. Kalpa Vriksha means tree. Kalpa Lata, Kalpa Vriksha, Kalpa Bhumi, Kalpa Thakur. But who has their wishes fulfilled? Can a materialist come here and embrace one of Braja's trees and say, oh, I want crores of rupees? And then all of a sudden underneath the tree there'll be so many crores of rupees? No. The Kalpavriksha trees only fulfill the desires of real devotees. Nana Ratna Nibara Mula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane. There's a shloka in the Goswami Astakam. Nana Ratna Nibara Mula Vitape Shri Yukta Vrindavane. Radha Krishna, I forget. Radha Krishna Harnisham Prabhachato Jivarta Dolyam Muda. Vande Rupa Sanatano Ruguyago Sri Jiva Gopalago. And there's a prayer glorifying the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatan, Jiva, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Gopal Bhatta. And there it's saying that Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapa Sri Yukta Vrindavane, that they were sleeping under the trees and they were searching for the Leela Stalis. And they found Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapa, that at the root of the trees they found many jewels. Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapa, Shri Yukta Vrindavane, Shri Yukta Vrindavane. They are wandering in Vrindavan. A very popular bhajan, you must be knowing. Right? 6 Goswami's prayers. Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapa, Shri Yukta Vrindavane. These jewels that they found were called Chintamani. Underneath the roots of the trees they found Chintamani. Money means jewel. Nana Ratna means jewel. And Chinta means thought. Thought jewel. Thought, what are you thinking? This jewel will give you your thoughts, will give you the fulfillment of your thoughts. So they were sleeping under Rupa and Sanatan, other Goswamis, especially Rupa and Sanatan. They were resting under the trees of Vrindavan, and they found so many jewels under the trees. And they prayed to the jewels, please, Radha Krishna Maharnisham Prabhajato Jivarta Do Yamada. Please, you reveal the greatest art, Jiva Arta. What is the greatest objective and wealth for all the living entities? Is Radha Krishna, that day and night you're having leelas here in Vrindavan. Nisha Leela and Dinko Leela. And this tree it must be a Leela Bhumi, and this must be a Leela Bhumi. Please reveal these Leelas and these Leela Stalis to us. So then these Chintamani gems, Nana Ratnani Bada Mula Vitapa, Shriyukta Vrindavane, they revealed to the Goswamis, yes, this is the site of Seva Kunj. Yes, this is Rasastali. Yes, this is Nidhiban. Yes, and this way they uncovered and revealed. It's called Radha Krishna Leela Tirtha Lupta, something like that. They revealed the hidden holy places of Vrindavan. So this is the dust of Vrindavan, sweeping the dust. So everyone can understand the basic outer meaning of that prayer. But this verse of Radharas Sudhanidhi sheds light on the inner meaning of this verse of the Gauravastakam, in which is a glorification of Sri Guru Devi's Seva in her Siddhadeha, or Manjari Swarup. Rupa Goswami describes two levels of Seva in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu: Sadhaka Seva and Siddharupa Seva. In his Nitya Siddha Sarup, Sri Guru is a Kinkari Manjari, a surrendered maidservant of Srimati Radharani. And even there, on that plane of the Aprakat Leela, or in his internal meditation, Guru Devi in Manjari Swarup is engaged in sweeping the temple. What is the temple? The Kali Mandir. And is directly dressing and performing the Shrinkar Seva of the Sri Vigraha, Sri Vigrahara Dhananitananda, which means the personal forms of Mahabhavati Sri Radharani herself, and Guru Devi is also engaging the Manjaris in her group in Radha's Seva. So this is the first point of the verse, which is the Manjari's heart-to-heart connection with Radharani, and how the Manjaris in their meditative Swarup and their spiritual Seva, in their spiritual form, and also even in their Sadhaka Swarup. So in his Nitya Swarup, Siddha Swarup, Sri Guru is in Kinkari Manjari Bhav. He's sweeping the Kali Mandir, and he's directly, personally dressing and performing Shrinkar Seva of the Sri Vigraha personified Radha and Krishna. So after the Manjari sweeps the Kunja Mandir, Radha, with a signal of her eyes, indicates to that Manjari that now she wants to be dressed. Because the Manjari is one in heart with Swamini Radha, the Manjari speaks out Radha's wish so Krishna can clearly hear it. Because Radharani doesn't say anything, because she doesn't want to disturb Krishna's absorption in her or his relish of her beauty or her association, but she wants to be dressed again. So then the Manjari says to Krishna, "Oh, who will dress my Ishvari today?" And then the romantic Nagar, Krishna replies, "If you give me permission, Manjari, I will dress Radha today." With a glance, the Manjari consents to Krishna, yes. Then Radhika orders the Manjari to bring so many things, to bring flowers and beta leaves and perfumes and sandalwood paste and all these things. So then she brings flower garlands, sandalwood paste, musk, vermilion, beta leaves and sweet drinks, syrups. So that's the what's going on there. Mala, chandan, Mala Chandan Gandapura Rasavat Tambula Sat Panaka. Panaka means Panaka adatum. Panakani means syrups, sweet drinks. Adatta means taking. So there's one phrase in this verse that says, Govindam. It's talking about the beauty of Krishna. Govindam indivaram. Govindam indivara shamam. Govinda indivara shamam. As I mentioned, this is describing Krishna's particular quality. Govindam indivara shamam. He's being compared to Indivara. Govinda is compared to Indivara shamam. He's not only bluish Krishna, but he's Indivara. He's Govindam indivara shamam. So why all these adjectives? So this phrase that means that all of Krishna's Govinda indivara shamam in the verse means that all of Krishna's senses, Govinda, derive immense pleasure and satisfaction, vinda, from dressing. In other words, Govindam indivara. Krishna, while he's doing that, while he's dressing Radharani under her command, indirectly indicated to the Manjaris, then he's feeling immense satisfaction and bliss. So therefore, Krishna, why is Krishna the name Govinda? We say Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. How did Krishna get the name Govinda? Well, people tell a story, it's in the Bhagavad also, Srimad Bhagavatam, that the Govardhan Leela, then Indra came and bathed Krishna, then Indradev gave him the name Govinda. But Krishna, that's some Leela to show the appearance of that name or given by Indra. But all Krishna's names are eternal. They're eternally existing from time immemorial. So we can think that, at a certain point in time, in Govardhan Leela, after Govardhan Leela, Krishna got the name Govinda. But Krishna is eternal. Nam, Rup, Gun, and Leela are all eternal. They're not subject to destruction or pralaya or any diminishing or reduction in any form at all possible. So, how we see it, not that Indra gave the name, but that Krishna has the name eternally. And how does this name mean? It means that Go means Indriya. And Sanskrit, Go means eyes, hands, mouth, nose, etc., 5 senses. And Vindate means to derive satisfaction or pleasure or fulfillment. So when Krishna at this juncture in the Leela, and in the Kunja Leela, and this Manjula Raha Kunjams, and Krishna is engaged here in dressing Radharani. So all of his senses, he's looking, he's thinking, he's touching, he's offering perfumes to Radharani, then he's smelling the fragrance of those perfumes, so his eyes are finding, when Krishna offers these beautiful perfumes and itara to Radharani, then his ears feel so much vindate. So, it's very pleasing. This Radharani already smells so attractive, so charming and sweet and completely enervating to my senses and mind. But then when I offer this perfume to her, this Aguru or this Mogra, whatever perfume, she smells even more attractive. So Krishna derives immense pleasure and satisfaction from dressing and decorating Radhika, her divine form. Krishna is already dark blue, shamam in color, but his hue turns even darker blue, like a blue lotus flower, indivara, after he touches Radhika's limbs. Oh, this is very nice. That Krishna is known as Sham Sundar, the beautiful dark Lord, like shining and glistening like a blue sapphire or a rain cloud, monsoon cloud. But the Shripad, and absorbed in Radharani's bhav and mood, and absorbed in his Siddha Swarupa and Manjari bhav, he's saying, no, I see, I'm here, I'm in the kunja. Just like if you're standing next to someone and they become embarrassed, and over some situation, and a group of people are talking, and that person becomes embarrassed, you may notice that, especially a person with white skin, that they become flushed, they become very pinkish in color, because they're embarrassed, and then their face takes on a different color. So you've observed that. So this Manjari is right there in the Kunja, and she's observing, I saw Govinda, I saw Krishna when he came in the Kunja. He's Krishna, he's always dark blue. But I'm observing, because she's observing in her sporti, Prabodhananda Saraswati in a sporti in Manjari Srupave, he's seeing this Leela he's describing, and he's engaged in service. He did this Kunja Samarjitam. He swept the Kunja and made it nice and clean. All the Brajaraj was all smooth and nice and clean, all pebbles and stones removed, for the pleasure of the divine couple, the playful pair. Then he saw that Radharani engaged Krishna in dressing her. And she was watching, oh, Krishna, his color is blue, now he's becoming bluer and bluer. Just like if you're angry, if someone's very angry, their face gets very red. Because, the red with anger, your eyes become red, because there's so much adrenaline and blood flowing through your body because of anger. So Krishna, the Manjari notices that Govinda has now become, or Krishna, he's Govinda because he's feeling so much bliss and satisfaction serving Radharani, but now he's Indivara Shamam. Indivara means a very, very dark blue lotus flower, which of course I've never seen, but they exist, at least up there. And Krishna is taking on a deeper hue, a darker complexion of blue. Why? Because he's rubbing the sandalwood paste on Radharani's divine spiritual form. And when his beautiful lotus petal fingers touch the transcendental body of Radhika, then as soon as he touches Radhika, then Krishna's whole body becomes darker blue in complexion. Why? Because Radharani's entire mind, her heart, and her entire transcendental body and form is totally and unlimited, filled and composed of concentrated, compressed Sham Ras. Sham Ras means that intense rasa bliss, that intense, loving, ecstatic bliss of being totally absorbed in Sham, his pleasure, his service. So this is called Sham Ras. There's Radha Ras Sudanidhi and Sham Ras Sudanidhi. So Radharani, she's an ocean of Sham Ras, Radharani is an ocean of Sham Ras for Krishna, and Krishna is an ocean of Radha Ras for Radha. So when Krishna hears these shlokas of Radha Ras Sudanidhi, and hears about her seva, and hears about her glories and pastimes, then the ocean of his Radha Ras increases more and more. That's why it's called Radha Ras Sudanidhi. It increases the ocean of Krishna's Radha Ras. So the acharyas are giving this idea that Krishna's bluish hue turns even darker blue by touching Radhika's limbs, which are drenched in Sham Ras, which is deep, unfathomable, loving attachment to Krishna. Why is Krishna blue? And why is Sham Ras called blue? Our acharyas say, if you go, there's different oceans of the world. There's the Caribbean Sea, the Arabian Sea, there's the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. What we find, practically, if you go to any ocean which is very, very deep, unfathomably deep, you can't even reach the bottom, the depths of the ocean. And, for example, the Atlantic Ocean is very, very, very deep in the middle of the ocean, between a continent of Europe and America, North America. And there, the color of the ocean is very, very dark blue, very, very dark blue. So this Krishna has this color of dark blue because the extent of his love and the extent of his prema this is the color, this Shringhararati, this erotic conjugal love between the Nagara and Nagari, between Nagarendra Krishna and Nagararani Radha is inconceivable. So something that's very inconceivable and something you can't perceive or understand is called dark. Oh, like we have this phrase, do you understand what's going on? No, I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark. We have a phrase, I'm in the dark. I don't know what's going on. So you're in the light or you're in the dark? This is the motto of the BTG, Back to God Magazine. It says, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakara. That Krishna Surya Sama, the Krishna Sun, the Krishna is like light. Godhead is translated, Godhead is light. Nescience is darkness. Where there is Godhead, there is no nescience. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakara. Where there is Krishna, God, there is light, enlightenment. Krishna Surya means brilliance, illumination, clarity, purity, and health-giving rays of the sun, pure God consciousness. Krishna Surya Maya Sama, Maya Haya. But Maya, illusion, ignorance, sin, enjoying spirit, this is Andakara. Andakara means blindness, dark blindness. So therefore, Krishna there's no other color for Shringarati because you can't understand it, you can't fathom it. This Parakiya Bhav, the Shringar Rasa Krishna. The different rasas, the Gona rasas, the 7 Gona rasas and 5 Mukhi rasas, they have different colors. And that's mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So the totality of all the Gona rasas and the totality of all the main rasas mixed is all contained within Rasaraj Sri Krishna, Rasavai Sri Krishna, Rasanidhi Sri Krishna. He's a nidhi, he's the greatest jewel of ras, and he's the greatest unlimited ocean of ras. Just like for example, in art, color, there's red, yellow, and blue. These are the primary colors. And you mix red, yellow, and blue, and you get so many colors. But if you mix red, yellow, blue, and you mix all the colors together, purple, green, when you mix all colors together, do you know what color it becomes? Black. Shamam. Govindam Indivara Shamam. So Radharani, she is the Rani, the Shringarati Rani. She's the Shringar Murti, and Krishna's the Shringarati Murtiman. Radharani is the Shringarati Murti. Radharani is the Aprakrita Rati, the Aprakrita Rati, and Krishna is the Aprakrita Kamdev. So therefore, Radharani is deeply absorbed in this deep, unfathomable, loving attachment to Krishna and Shringar Rati. So her whole mind and heart is swirling because it's an ocean. It's an ocean of Sham Ras. Sham Ras Sudanidhi. It's an ocean of nectarian ras flowing in so many waves and tidal waves and tsunamis within Radharani's mind and heart and body and very form. From the top of Radharani's beautiful head to the bottom of her sweet, fragrant lotus feet, it's made of compressed, concentrated, unlimited, inconceivable Mahabhavati Radha. So when Krishna touches Radharani's divine form to dress her, then he immerses in an ocean of Radharas, and therefore the Manjari observing this says, oh, our Krishna has become Indivara Sham. He's become so dark, so blue from touching my Swamini. So we'll continue there tomorrow. Shri Radharas Sudanidhi Ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Sham.